Streaks on the china never mattered before. Who cared when you drop kicked your jacket?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Belvedere Bros. And this week, it's all about Season 1, Episode 5, an episode titled What I Did for Love. And Johnny, there's lots about this episode that I thought made it the perfect episode for you and I to discuss this week.
Because I like animal rights?
Well, I mean, you know, neither of us, I know I do, I am a pescatarian, but you're a vegetarian. We do love animals, so we have that to talk about. And also, if you want to go a step deeper than that, when we're talking about Jennifer in this episode, which we're going to get to, I want to talk a little bit about something that you've liked to talk to me about recently is sort of performative style activism. Like, activism's a good thing, depending on what it's what it's in support of. But people that tend to do it just to try to look cool rather than actually caring about that thing.
Yeah, the people that will want to just go there to take pictures but don't care about the actual cause.
Right. They want to look cool, which I don't know. I guess that's like a pretty complex thing to talk about because, so say someone was going to go do something good and helpful, but maybe their purposes were selfish to like take selfies and like be like, look what a good person I am. But keep in mind, they are still doing the thing, right?
Well, also, and they're raising awareness too by posting, you know, on those things. But I mean, as long as your heart's in the right place, I think it's okay. But I don't know in this episode.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
So a little bit about this episode. I'll give everyone the synopsis first before we dive into it. Kevin tries to win the affections of a girl by suddenly becoming interested in some of the causes that she believes in, such as animal rights. This leads to Kevin landing in jail after he spray paints a mink coat. Meanwhile, George is the host of a call-in sports radio show, but soon finds it difficult when no one calls in. Now, this episode aired on April 12th of 1985, Johnny. The only piece of trivia I can tell you about April 12th of 1985, it's the day that Ted Ginn Jr. was born in Ohio.
Nice. 412.
412. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. 85. Ted Ginn. Now, I remember Ted Ginn Jr., wide receiver, right?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Did he play in the
Miami.
NFL?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I forget who he even played for.
Miami Dolphins, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I think you're right. But that's the only little piece of history I could find out about when this episode aired.
Before we get into it,
Yeah.
is Mr. Belvedere singing this theme song?
What? I never took into consideration that Mr. Belvedere might be singing the theme song because I always think that about the theme song. I always picture a cast member singing it.
It does sound like his voice.
It's not.
Oh. He could sing it, though, I bet.
Yeah, we talked about this in, I believe, the first episode. It is a guy, is his name Leon Redbone? He's also the guy who sings Baby It's Cold Outside in Elf, I believe. But he's like a famous singer because he has like a crazy voice. If I'm getting that name wrong, I think Redbone is his name. But he's very famous because of his voice. But at the beginning of this episode, George is practicing for his radio show in the kitchen. And Johnny, you and I have had this conversation so many times. You seem to think that being a sportscaster would be an easy job. And I always disagree with you because I think you need to be able to speak on the fly without vocalized pauses. I think it's a very hard thing to do.
I think I'm pretty good at speaking without vocalized pauses. I think I have a pretty good knowledge of sports. And, you know, you do notice it when you're watching Pat McAfee versus, you know, the normal broadcast. But also the camera work's different on those broadcasts. The sound's different. You know, that matters a lot, too. I do think it's a hard job, but I think I could do it.
Okay. Well, on this show, George is a sportscaster, of course. And it's you know, based in Pittsburgh. So it's of interest to us. And we're going to get into that a little bit. But, Johnny, I had a question for you. I kind of mentioned this to you the other day. You do well. You're president of a company. You ever consider getting a Belvedere? You ever consider getting a live-in 61-year-old man to do your cooking and cleaning?
You know, I sometimes wish I had a personal chef.
Oh, a personal chef. There you
just
go.
to cook, but I mean, I handle the cleaning. I handle the day to day. You know that I run a tight ship. I'd be as clean as Belvedere. I do have a cleaning lady and a cleaning gentleman who come every 3 weeks.
Okay.
And they do all the dusting, the toilets.
Let me guess. You probably pre-clean before they get there.
No, but
No?
I clean every day. So yeah,
Right.
probably pre-clean. If you go to my house right now, my goal is, and that's why I like Belvedere. I mean, he keeps things neat. But if you go to my house right now, my goal before I leave is to have it completely in order. So when I get home, I'm like, all right, I don't have to do anything.
I'm in the middle. I'm a day-to-day cleaner, but I have cats, and I always have cat hair. I'm trying to, like, keep up with it always.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like, if you have kids, if you have 3 kids, like, there's not even a point to clean. Like, you just have to pick it, like, maybe at the end of the night or, like, once a day. I mean, you're not keeping up.
You know what I really like? There's things I like to try to keep up on. I hate having to do like one big bathroom clean. I do that thing every day after I finish a shower. It's like the everyday spray.
Yeah, I heard you say it on another podcast. I don't know about this spray, and I've never done it.
Oh, I mean, it's nice because it like keeps from getting like, scum. I mean, you still get a little bit of scum in the shower.
What is the spray called that you use?
I think it's Tilex. I might have an extra bottle. Maybe I'll just give it to you. You can try it out.
You just spray it in the air?
You spray it on like the walls and the floor and everything.
Walls.
You spray it all over, and you don't even have to wipe it. It's
Wow.
just after you finish shower, you spray everything in there, and it keeps it so that way. Every whatever when I do a proper cleaning of the shower every few weeks or whatever it is, then it's not as intense.
Yeah, talking about cleaning, I had my cleaning people. They were coming every 2 weeks. It was too much. Okay. Then I did a month, and it was too long. 3 weeks. So that's the recommended for me. You start noticing things being dusty, your toilet ring or your shower. So 3 weeks, a pretty good metric.
Okay, all right. And then Belvedere packs a lunch for George. Now I wanted to know what you thought of the lunch that Belvedere packed because he packed
a few sandwiches, fruit, some Oreo cookies, double stuff, your favorite, a thermos of tomato soup, and an extra tie. Just in case.
I like the lunch.
I think it's a pretty good lunch, actually. Although, you need something.
You need grilled cheese.
Not even grilled cheese.
I won't eat grilled cheese without tomato soup. I just don't want it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
there's no point.
Yeah, you need something to go with it. I mean, at the very least, you need.
So he's eating soup, double stuffed Oreos, and what's the third thing? Fruit. I mean, it's pretty balanced.
It's pretty good. I mean, I can eat just tomato soup, but I at least need crackers in it.
Yeah, he didn't give him crackers?
Maybe the crackers are assumed.
Oh, yeah.
This.
Maybe some oyster crackers?
I would like Ritz. I always want Ritz. Dude,
yeah. You know what's funny about Ritz? Our friend Eric, he says those are like the rich people crackers.
What?
He said people that have Ritz crackers are rich. Yeah, ask him about it.
To be honest, the last couple times I've gone shopping, I always get Ritz crackers. Now, my girlfriend Marquette makes fun of me, and she acts like I get the
Fresh Stacks?
Well, yeah.
The smaller packs?
Yeah, the smaller packs, because what I was going to say about that is they've been on sale the last couple times. So they've actually not been that expensive, but I get them because I you like to do this, you like this snack, putting peppers, like the jarred peppers, on a cracker. I think that's a great snack, and Marquette always makes fun of me for it.
No, that's great. I mean, when I was in college, I literally would just drink water and eat a sleeve of saltines. And I was like, saltines are their own thing. If I'm having a stomach ache or not feeling good, I feel like a good saltine's good for your stomach.
Saltines are kind of low on my rankings, although they're good. They're good in tomato soup.
They're just a different thing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like each of these crackers are their own thing.
Yeah, we might have to do a special edition ranking crackers episode, but for now we're saying Ritz are pretty good. We also find out that Kevin has a study date coming over, and George is all about it.
He's got a date. Jennifer Simpson's coming over.
Yeah, well, it's no big deal. We're just gonna study together.
Yeah? What are you going to study? Anatomy?
Dad,
So, I bet she's a pretty hot number, huh?
she's just a girl.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing.
Geez, in front of the whole family, embarrassing the guy. Maybe he does like this girl, but man.
Yeah, or maybe it's like platonic. Maybe it's not like, he makes it so sexual.
He goes, so I bet she's a pretty hot number, huh? It's like, geez, George, would you chill?
Also, I mean, you're talking about like an underage girl.
Yeah,
You're talking about like your son's classmate.
George.
Like, oh, she's bad.
But, dude, here we go again. You heard me talk about it either last week or the week before. George is at his radio call-in show, and the phone number for it, 555-2222. The fucking 555 thing. Why not just say we're taking your calls? Why? Or another workaround where you don't have to say a phone number. Why the 555 thing to take me out of it, to make me realize, oh, Mr. Belvedere is a fake thing. This isn't reality anymore because you've said 555, which is a number that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't understand the 555 thing. Also, I don't love in shows when, now this is not Belvedere days, but when you got to look at their phone and you got to read what they're saying. Like if you're gonna show like text messages, just put it on the screen,
dude.
You know, like I'd prefer just to not have the text messages.
That's so funny because sometimes when I run on the treadmill, I just have my phone, okay, and I watch TV shows. I just turn it sideways, and so it's small, you know.
Yeah.
I probably should get an iPad or something to do this, but whatever. It's just my phone, and the sound is going through the speakers on the treadmill. 2 shows in a row. One was Cape Fear, and then I watched an episode of Ted Lasso. Both of those episodes are exactly what you're talking about. I couldn't see what was being texted because it was that small on the phone. Like,
you know what's wrong with my brain?
what's that?
I'll rewind.
Oh, yeah.
I have to know what it says.
Right. Well,
Like my brain has like a break in it where like I want to know what that said. I'll even if I can't understand sometimes what someone says, I'll put closed captioning on just so I can know what they say.
you know, I always have closed captioning on now, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, you know, I have a closed captioning story actually happened this morning.
Okay.
My dad texted me at like 7 a.m. like he does when he needs something. And he said, he sent me a picture of his 2 remotes. And he said, hey, my closed captioning's on all the time. Can you help me get it off?
Oh.
So I called him, walked him through it, and he was really happy to get it taken off.
Huh.
I know a lot of people that watch TV with closed captioning all the time. I don't love it. Like, I feel like it takes away from the viewing experience, reading.
Right. Because you're looking, and you're even
Yes.
looking ahead at what they're saying.
You got to take it off. I'll show you how after the episode.
Thanks. And also, the other thing I think about it, because I have it on, and maybe it's just because, like you said, maybe somebody has an accent, and I want to be able to understand every single thing they say.
Yeah,
or
if you
something.
watch Peaky Blinders, you have to have it on.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Yeah, I tried, but
But also, think about the people that created the show. They didn't create the show the way it looks for those
Yeah.
words to be on the
yeah,
screen.
and it might be over top of something in the scene that they want to see. I mean, you're not seeing the full picture that's as intended.
I do notice that they tend to move them. Like they'll move them to the top if there's like credits at the bottom. So that means somebody manually went in there and was like, okay.
Maybe they're doing it while you're watching it.
I don't think that's the case, but all right. So George on his radio show that no one's calling into his radio show says,
How about those Steelers? I think they stink. Any other opinions?
so I did some research. This aired in April of 1985, so that meant this is after the 1984-85 season had ended. Do you know anything about the Steelers' 1984-85 season?
The only thing I know is you sent me highlights of Lewis Lips.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you this. Why did George, just once again proves my point in you have this television show that takes place in Pittsburgh, and you have this guy who's a sportscaster, and he's an actual athlete. He was a professional baseball player, Bob Uecker, and you would think he knows about sports. Dude, the Steelers didn't stink. They went 9-7. They won the AFC Central. They were the only team all year to beat the 49ers, who went on to win the Super Bowl. They beat them in San Francisco.
That was Joe Montana.
Yeah. Lewis Lips won Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Steelers. This was the first time since 1969 that Terry Bradshaw was not on the opening day roster. The quarterbacks were Mark Malone and David Woodley. And they also had this rookie, Scott Campbell, which I don't remember him. But Franco Harris had also just left the Steelers. He was released during training camp. He wanted more money, and the Steelers were like, no, we're not paying you. He signed, did you know this? He signed with the Seahawks and played 8 games with them before he retired.
I don't like that. You know, Emmitt Smith going and playing for the Arizona Cardinals. There's a lot of weird. Jerry Rice playing for the Raiders.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Joe Montana played for the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. I mean, they basically said, hey, Steve Young's the quarterback.
But Franco Harris retired 192 yards shy of Jim Brown's rushing record, but it didn't matter because Walter Payton then surpassed it later that season. But dude, they
I have a Frank O'Hara story.
Yeah, well, let me finish telling you about the Steelers, then I want to hear your story.
All right.
They beat the Broncos in Denver to go to the AFC Championship, and then they got beat by the Dolphins 45-28.
So that was Marino and Elway, more than likely.
I guess. Would it be Elway that early?
I think. Yeah, he's pretty old.
Okay, but still, okay, the Steelers went to the AFC Championship. They're one win away from the Super Bowl. I wouldn't necessarily say they stink.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're trying to have a show in Pittsburgh and that be what you talk about, maybe you shouldn't say the Steelers stink.
Yeah.
They said Penguins again, too. I don't know if it was last episode or this episode, but they were saying, take them to a Penguin game.
Yeah, right. They're always talking about the Penguins and Steelers. But it's like the only thing they know about the Penguins and the Steelers are the names of the teams, and that is it.
Yeah, they dropped the ball.
That's weird. What's your Franco Harris story?
So I was flying home from Vegas, and you go down the old airport. You go down the escalators, and you see the Franco Harris thing, and then you go get your luggage.
Pittsburgh Airport, yeah.
Pittsburgh Airport, and you go get your luggage, and I had to pee. So I went in the bathroom, and I just saw this statue, and I looked next to me, and Franco Harris is peeing next to me in the urinal.
Wow.
After I just saw his statue.
Do you think he saw your statue?
Yeah, definitely. He was looking. R.I.P. Franco Harris.
No. Franco.
Yeah, Franco Harris died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he owned the Pittsburgh Passion. Yeah. The team that my little sister plays for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, his wife now owns it. Yeah. Franco died last year.
Oh, that's right. Dude, I completely forgot he died.
Yeah.
Huh. I always had a little bit of ill will towards Franco Harris, and I always looked for something to back this up, but I believe that Franco Harris was part of a group that wanted to move the Penguins
I knew you were going to say that.
out of Pittsburgh, right?
I think that could be true.
I would hold that grudge. If that's true, I'll hold that grudge against him forever.
He brought the Pittsburgh Passion to Pittsburgh, though.
All right.
Hey, Penguins are for sale again.
Yeah, well, you can't move them out of Pittsburgh.
No.
So back to the episode.
That's where Mr. Belvedere takes place. They're not going to move them.
That's right. What else are they going to talk about? They talk about the Penguins every episode. So Kevin's studying with Jennifer, and she needs all of his notes?
Yeah, I didn't understand this. So did she come over just to get his notes for all of his classes? And he's like a good student. We know he's a good student because, he changes his grades to be bad in earlier episodes. So we know he's a pretty good student. So, yeah, it seems like she's using him.
Yeah, definitely seems like she's using him. She says to him, "Do you realize that because of the insanity of the world situation, we could all be dead tomorrow?" And I'm thinking to myself, that's pretty vague. We could all be dead tomorrow because of the insanity of the world's situation.
Yeah, what was happening? Was there Cold War? Or?
Yeah, Cold War in that era. And he says to her, "Is that why you don't take notes?" But she cites pollution, toxic waste, the nuclear arms race. And in this episode, I really feel like those are things to be concerned about. And if Jennifer wasn't such a shady person, she has good points, but they're kind of making a mockery of a person who is informed and does care.
Yeah, it seems like ulterior motives with her is her MO.
Yeah.
And she just comes off as not a good person.
Yeah. Why does the person who does care about these things that are important have to be also a person who is shady and using Kevin? Why are we making this the same person?
Yeah, I mean, was the writers of the show against, those things? Like, why would you make a person that you would normally look at as, hey, they care about these important things, make her a bad person? Are they actually, the writers of the show, against said things?
Right. Usually you would think that a writer on a television show might care about these. It's someone in the arts.
Yeah.
Who tend to care about these things. And, I might be overanalyzing because we'll find out later.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. We'll find out later Belvedere cared about things too. And maybe it just goes to show. And I think Kevin actually cares. Yeah. It's probably 50-50.
Honestly, the first couple episodes, I wasn't really feeling the kids. But as it goes on more and more, I'm liking them all.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty likable.
But Kevin wants a date with Jennifer. She says she likes him and that he's cute in a transient sort of way, which I didn't know really what she meant by that.
He's always wearing striped shirts.
You know what I noticed in this episode? And I don't know if you noticed this. This is kind of skipping ahead, but towards the end of the episode when he's working in the chimney and he comes out to meet her, he's kind of jacked.
Yeah, he's a little buff.
Yeah, it's funny.
Also, full disclosure, I think the mom's hot.
So do I. We're going to talk about that we're gonna talk about that as
Especially this episode. I was like, I'm kind of feeling her.
yeah. Well,
That bad haircut, but I'm still feeling her.
yeah. So back to Jennifer, because I do want to talk more about Marcia being hot. But she said she's handing out pamphlets at the mall about the slaughtering of animals for their skins and pelts. So he agrees to do it too. I mean, that's good. There's a freaking fur, and don't get me started on fur. It's so stupid.
You know, I think what they're going to the mall, I'm like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like 1985, like I'm getting into this.
Yeah, and Jennifer is laying it on thick because she tells Kevin,
But you should know one thing. I won't sleep with anyone unless I respect their political convictions.
Whoa, yeah. And I think in his head, he's like, wow, she's talking about sleeping with me?
yeah, this might not have even been like in his mind. He might have been like, I want to kiss her. I want to take her out on a date.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy that she went straight down, don't sleep with anyone. I mean, how old is Kevin supposed to be?
16,
16,
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about the age. But yeah, I thought that was a little forward.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, she said that, and we know that she's shady, but I feel the same way. Like,
Oh, yeah, you definitely feel the same way.
yeah, I cannot get past if someone is, even if they're oblivious, I can't be attracted. Like, I think it's attractive to care about things.
Yeah, you need someone with similar political beliefs, life beliefs. If they're not, then there's no attraction.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, I could still be attracted to people that have different beliefs than me. But hey, everyone has an opinion, as my friend Eric says.
I could say that if you showed me a picture of somebody, I could be like, oh, she's hot or something. But the second you told me that person is like Republican
let's not go Republican. Let me ask you this. You look at a picture,
okay,
and you're super attracted to the person.
okay.
This is the line, okay? She likes Kid Rock.
I mean,
Ball with
she
the ball.
likes Kid Rock. I mean, in an ironic way.
No, she likes Kid Rock's music. So is that enough?
That's probably enough. Like,
So you wouldn't date someone or hook up with someone
mean-
because they like Kid Rock.
I mean, in a world where I'm single, and what's so funny you're saying this to me because Marquette likes to joke about liking Kid Rock because she liked that song when she was
So she
12
does
or
like
something,
Kid Rock.
like 12 or something. Yeah, but
I mean, you're taking it deeper. They like Kid Rock. They're probably right leaning. They're probably not that good of a person. But what happens if they just like the music of Kid Rock?
I mean, I would think they have bad taste in music, even if you took anything about the person.
What I hear about Kid Rock is everyone's like, he's so good. He plays all these instruments. Like, he's actually like a talented musician. I think I've heard that recently.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
I've never seen any
he can
proof
play
of it.
like piano and guitar and bass and all that.
Well, why doesn't he use it to make good music?
I mean, there's difference between being able to play and writing music.
I guess, but if the person liked Kid Rock from they were a kid and liked some of this, but if they're like, man, this is my I'd be like, oh, we have nothing in common.
Yeah, but you both like music. I mean, she's not listening to country.
That's basic.
No, it's rock.
Oh, yeah. Kid Rock. So basically, Jennifer has set a trap on Kevin that she'll be able to get him to do what she wants because he thinks he can maybe sleep with her. She's seducing him to do something.
Yeah, I mean, that's really sketchy.
Yeah.
That's really sketchy. I mean, she's a trap queen. And I just don't get, we're going to get to it, when they actually perform the said vandalism.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you just want to get to it?
Yeah, so she informs him of the plan when they get there. She busts out the spray paint. He tries to leave. She convinces him to not leave by seducing him once again. They go into the place. They say they're a married couple looking for a fur. And then the guy brings out the jacket, and Kevin just spray paints it right there. And Jennifer instantaneously is just like, what are you, crazy? And runs out. And I'm like, why did she do this?
Yeah, why did she set him up?
That's what I don't get. Like, was it in the moment?
I think it was an inside job. I think that guy at the thing was her dad, and he needed to sell things because he was kind of like nonchalant, like no one's buying these things. So maybe he got a sell out of that. Wow. She set him up. I'm not saying that's the reason, but it does seem really weird that he wanted to spray paint the outside stuff. She's like, no, we got to spray paint inside. And then goes in there, does it, bounces. She doesn't get in trouble.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I never thought about this conspiracy that this is a way to sell a $2,300 mint coat.
I mean, they really talk about the price. And that's all he wants. He doesn't want to press charges. He just wants them to buy the mint coat.
And he's talking about no one wears fur anymore. And
whoa, that could have been his daughter, because she even said, "Thank you for not throwing me under the bus." But meanwhile, because if she was in the station and they had to call, that guy would have had to come.
Wow. Dude, that is insane, and I think you're right. I think this is an inside job. I think this is a setup to sell a $2,300 mink coat.
Yeah, was it 24 or 23?
2,300.
23. And I want to call back to, episode 1 where the Wesley joke happens. In episode 1, I text you about this, but I truly believe when he says it was a hard birth.
Difficult birth, yeah.
Difficult birth, I reckon, or something.
Wesley, a difficult birth, I presume, or something like that.
And I my theory in this is Wesley has a giant head.
Yeah.
And I think he was just alluding that it would be a hard birth when your head's that big. I don't think it had to do with his name. I think it's just he looked at the kid and was like, oh, look at this big-headed kid. Because, Wesley was saying, oh, Lynn, that's a woman's name.
Right.
So he had to have a quip back, and I just think that was a good one.
I think it's a good thought. I just don't know why he would say Wesley. Like, he's like stressing that his name is Wesley. Like, you made fun of my name's Lynn. Wesley, a difficult birth, I presume, or something. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if I think he switches from the name thing to just, hey, you got a giant head. The kid does have a giant head. I actually think he looks like a young Mac Miller. If you see clips of Mac Miller, he'll be rapping as a kid. They look similar. I also looked up what Wesley looks like today. Do you know what he looks like?
Well, yeah, I follow him on Instagram. I want to get him to come on Belvedere.
He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool as hell. He's like a writer, I think, and maybe still doing some acting. But I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him to come on the show.
There's a picture of him.
Yeah, he's great.
He sort of looks like
Bryce Beckham.
Yeah, he sort of looks like in this picture on the Home Improvement, Al. I think
he looks like Al Borland.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryce, don't take offense to that. We think Al's cool.
Well, Al is cool.
Yeah, I think
he's kind of handsome. He got a beard. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I look a little bit like him.
Al Borland's a handsome guy, and we think you're handsome too, Bryce. Come on the show.
When you drop kicked your jacket as you came through the door, no one.
Mr. Belvedere will be right back.
Hey there, One Hit Thunder listeners. Are you ready to take your music to the next level? Well, get ready to rock, because this episode is brought to you by DistroKid, the ultimate digital music distribution service for artists like you. With DistroKid, you can easily upload your songs or albums to online stores and streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music, reaching fans all around the globe. But that's just the beginning. DistroKid offers a ton of awesome features like Hyperfollow, which helps you promote your releases and get pre-saves on your songs, all for free. But wait, there's more. The DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. With the app, you can manage your releases, track your streaming stats, and even withdraw your earnings, all from the palm of your hand. And for those looking to perfect their sound, check out Mixia. This powerful tool allows you to put the finishing touches on your tracks in minutes, ensuring they sound polished and professional every time. But that's not all. DistroKid has just launched a brand new feature called Instant Share, allowing you to easily share large files securely with collaborators, producers, and more. With Instant Share, you can keep your music streaming at the highest quality while making the best impression possible. So what are you waiting for? Elevate your music career today with DistroKid and unlock a world of possibilities. Possibilities that I know all about because I've been using DistroKid for years. It's seriously great. If you haven't used it before, you're going to love it. And One Hit Thunder listeners get an exclusive offer, 30% off your first year with DistroKid by signing up at distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder. That's distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder.
Google is offering free AI training and tools to U.S. small businesses so they can innovate in ways both big and small. Built by Google experts, the Google AI Professional Certificate equips small businesses with practical AI skills. Through hands-on projects, they can start using AI to get more done and unlock new opportunities for their business. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at grow.google/business.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Do you hear that? Sounds like breakfast is ready. Because Quaker's coming in hot with morning nutrition. 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber to fuel the rhythm of your morning and kickstart your day. And that sounds absolutely delicious. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
The Colonel's cooked up a new $10 bucket of the day just for you. Monday, 24 nuggets for $10. Tuesday, 8-piece fried chicken for $10. Wednesday, 10 wings for $10. Thursday, 8 tenders for $10. Friday, 24 nuggets for... Ooh, you guessed it, didn't you? $10. The $10 bucket of the day deal. Every weekday. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra.
Did you know Sam's Club isn't a store? It's actually a club. With cool finds and, like, a whole community. It's a club.
Of course, Jason. It's in the name. Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah. Come join us. Sam's Club.
In Michigan, you can feel the energy everywhere in the fresh breeze of a riverfront stroll or nightlife that hums with electricity. Let it bring you together in pure Michigan. Find your season at michigan.org.
The internet gives us a glimpse into the crazy happening all around us. Unhinged behavior, personal secrets, unbelievable coincidences. It's all one big circus, and the RR Show is your front row seat. Each week, we curate the wildest Reddit stories just for you. Whether you're into hilarious accidents, insane relationship drama, or pure chaos, these insane confessions are sure to make your jaw drop. Listen to the RR Show weekly on Mondays via your favorite podcast platform. Or get your episodes early and ad-free by becoming a member. The RR Show. All of the drama, none of the hassle.
No one spared. All hands look out below.
So Kevin's going to jail. Did you notice that the woman cop, the sergeant, is pretty hot?
Yeah. Yeah, and she was real like nonchalant about it. It was almost like she wasn't a cop. You know, when they walked in and they were like kind of like talking and stuff, I was like, is this a cop?
Well, also, it seems like maybe she's like thinks it's cool what he did and that he's a kid, and she wasn't like real pissed. That actress is Melanie Chartoff, who I knew I recognized her. She was on the show Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Yeah, I know that show.
And she's also the voice of Dee Dee Pickles and Grandma Mink on Rugrats.
Wow.
That lady. And I got another one's going to blow your mind in a minute.
Was Bob Uecker was the voice of, he was on Major League, right?
Yep.
But was he a voice actor in something? Like, I feel like when I was listening to him talk, I'm like, I know him from something.
Going to have to do some research on that and get back to you. He does have a recognizable voice.
Very recognizable voice.
So I think probably. Now, Marcia and Heather show up to jail. They went to the salon together. Now they have like punk rock hairdos, which are actually way better than their actual hairdos. Because I'm surprised you think Marcia's hot because she has bangs.
I don't like bangs at all. But she kind of has like the He-Man haircut.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like I can't tell her how good looking she is because her haircut's so bad.
Yeah, but then when she goes the punk rock route with her daughter, pretty good.
Yeah, but she still has the bangs. But she's in her mid-30s, but I think her haircut makes it look like she's
50.
Much older. So, yeah, obviously she's an attractive woman. Now, Mr. Belvedere and Wesley are also there. Kevin's in jail. And then there's a creepy guy in the cell with Kevin.
Yeah, he said, what does he say to him? I hope you have this, because I was kind of like, what are they going for?
Can't get this stuff off my hands. Lead? Ink? I was hoping we'd have something in common.
I thought that guy was like a huffer, like that maybe he got like spray paint on his hands.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing about that guy. It's probably going to blow your mind. That guy in the jail cell with Kevin, his name is Charles Fleischer. He is the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So he did Roger Rabbit. That was probably like 88.
88 sounds right. Yeah. Like 2 or 3
I
years
thought
later.
Jessica Rabbit was hot.
Yeah, no shit. So did everybody. It's so funny.
I love talking about all the hot girls on the shows.
I love talking about hot cartoons, but it's funny because I just recently listened to, I feel like there's multiple episodes of Stavi's podcast where they talk about how hot.
Oh, they do. Yeah, I've heard that on there.
So the owner of the fur store shows up. He tries to make everyone feel bad for him because fur is on the decline, which once again goes back to your theory that maybe this is all a setup.
And maybe it's the writers coming back and saying, hey, fur's on the decline, showing this shady guy. Maybe they're coming full circle on, actually fur is bad. Maybe this is their redemption arc.
Right. He decides to drop the charges, but they still have to pay $2,300 for the mink. Now, $2,300. I'm like, this is
I have to look that up with inflation, how much that is.
Like 1985, and I was just surprised. Now, we got to assume that the Owens family has some money because they can afford to have Mr. Belvedere. But, like, that's a lot of money. And no one seems to bat an eye at it.
Yeah, but, I mean, do they have a lot of money? I mean, we don't know the deal that Mr. Belvedere is getting.
I know, but still, like, I'm telling you, it seems like in the canon of Mr. Belvedere that they have money. And, yeah, but they don't really have that fancy things except they have a live-in butler.
Wow. So the equivalent today is $7,118.46, 209.5% increase.
Okay, well,
that's expensive.
Yeah, and I would assume that like a fur coat now, if you're a scumbag and you're going to buy a fur coat, I wouldn't be surprised if they were $10,000 depending on what it was. So, I mean, it's a lot of money either way. But Mr. Belvedere is not like, making Kevin feel bad about it. In fact, he shares a story of him and his friend intercepting a whaling vessel off the coast of Gibraltar. They boarded and strapped themselves to the harpoons where they stayed for 2 weeks. And it was him and a girl who did this together.
So he gets it. Mr. Belvedere understands, you do it for love.
That's way more extreme than spray painting one mink. Strapping yourself to the harpoons?
Yeah. Mr. Belvedere's a beast.
He is a beast.
He needs a prequel show.
I know.
We need to know about his life before.
Could you imagine a show that is a prequel to Mr. Belvedere now, where it is like not even a comedy? It's like a straight up like James Bond style Belvedere show.
So let's theorize in this world. Like, is it a George R.R. Martin world where these writers, do they actually have a whole bunch of Mr. Belvedere backstories? Or is it just little things they throw in there? Because you got the Winston Churchill thing. Like, do they actually have, like, a history of Mr. Belvedere? And are these writers still around?
Yeah, I don't know. But I know on a lot of shows they keep a sort of like, I think sometimes they call it like a Bible or something of like all the things that have been mentioned or whatever. So you don't like cross your backstories or whatever.
I mean, a Mr. Belvedere prequel is needed. I mean, he's an interesting enough character. I mean, as we go through the 119 episodes or 113, well, there's going to be so many questions we have about what did he do before.
Also, the biggest question of all, which I know is rude to speculate on this.
Whether he's gay or not?
Yeah.
He was with a woman on the boat.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean...
Why do you think he's gay? You said it in another episode. I mean, just because he dresses nice and he talks fancy?
Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good point. But I do think, like,
I think he's straight. 100% straight.
Yeah.
We can ask the writers, but I'm pretty sure he's straight.
I just think it's because of his sassiness level that sometimes we wonder. But
he's English. I think that the sass comes with the English.
Yeah. He's kind of into like the finer things in life, but so am I. But I don't know.
I mean, and just because, maybe he was married and he's a widow or, we don't know why he showed up in Pittsburgh, what happened.
Right.
I mean, so he could just be at a different stage of his life where, he doesn't have a significant other and now he has a whole family.
Okay. And I guess it is pretty rude to speculate on people's sexuality or whatever, but we're talking
You
about.
just think because he dresses so fancy that
It's not nothing to do with his dress. It's more just his whole essence.
But I mean, he doesn't. I mean, I don't. There's nothing in his speech or the way he talks that ever insinuates us like one way or the other.
Okay, all right. I'm with you. I'm leaning more Belvedere straight after this episode because he said of this girl that he strapped himself to the harpoons with, wonderful girl, terrible swimmer. I don't know what he meant by that, but anyway,
did she die?
I don't. Man, could you imagine if that's part of the freaking story?
I mean, yeah, maybe that after that. He just didn't date anymore.
He was straight to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, straight to Pittsburgh. We don't know when that was.
So George, he bursts in. Well, he's still on his phone call. He's still doing his sports show.
But they call him. You're skipping forward. They call him from the jail, which, today they'd call a cell phone. But it's funny that, there's not another line. They have to call in on the main line.
Yeah, I guess so. But George, of course, accuses Belvedere of influencing Kevin. Turns out it wasn't Belvedere at all. He did it for the girl.
Yeah.
George instantly gets it.
But I think that says something about Belvedere. That George knows he's a good enough person that, if he's, what they say, they didn't think about anything before you came here. I mean, I think that it's a good thing that they're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to care about things. But as we get to the end of the episode, now Kevin's cleaning the chimney. He's trying to work off the $2,300. And Jennifer shows up. And she asks to see Kevin. Everyone leaves the room, giving her the cold shoulder. Kevin's covered in ash. She thanks him for keeping her name out of it. She asks him if he wants to go out sometime. And he says, I think I'm going to be tied up for the next 6 or 7 years. She tries to seduce him once again, but he says,
I think I'm going to save that for someone whose convictions I respect.
I guess I had that coming.
Bye, Jennifer.
Goodbye, Kevin.
Yeah, here's where I have a problem.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you did the time,
You put the work in.
You put the work in, at least get the reward.
I'd be pissed.
I think if anything, she is just trying to be like, hey, I'm sorry. I know that I kind of led you along to this. And she's saying, I'll do it. She even says, we can do something not going out. Doesn't she, say, let's go upstairs or something? She hints that I'll have sex with you.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he blew it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have been pissed too. She just
I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed too, but at least, the whole reason why he did it was he wanted that. And then he did everything, and he, made his parents pay all that money, has to clean his chimney, and there's no reward.
Yeah.
It would be a good payoff.
Yeah, I guess. But you think that there's a chance it was an inside job. So I don't know. Maybe she's trying to take him further down doing bad, shady things. So
yeah, maybe he saw through it.
I think Kevin, as we see at the end of this episode, he's jacked. He's a good looking guy.
He's jacked, but he's so clumsy. In the previous episodes, he's always running into stuff and
he's an awkward teenager, but he's a good looking guy. I think he could do better than Jennifer. So the episode ends. Belvedere's writing in his journal. Turns out Kevin is now doing a lot of Belvedere's work, which, okay.
Yeah, Belvedere likes that.
Yeah. And Belvedere mentions that he's made some new friends, and then he feeds a seal on his bed, to which I'm like, what the hell? Who is this seal? And I wonder, will Sinbad now be part of the show? He has a seal named Sinbad who's in his room?
Was it one of the seals he saved from the boat? That's why they bring the seal back.
He was on a
was it whales?
Whaling vessel. They were trying to stop him from harpooning whales.
But maybe he found this seal then. And why was the seal named Sinbad? And why was seals can't even live in a room? Don't they need to be in water?
I'm just shocked. I haven't watched ahead. I haven't seen episode 6 yet. But is Sinbad now part of the show?
I hope so. Sinbad seemed cool.
I mean, yeah, he was cool, but I was just surprised that he had this seal in his bedroom.
You'll notice, there's a hamster in the first episode. I feel like there's going to be a lot of animals, and then there's animal rights stuff. I feel like this show will have a big animal presence. Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, I watched all this stuff as a kid. I don't remember 1 second of it. I remember Mr. Belvedere, and, I remember some of the characters, but I don't remember any specific episodes.
There is one episode. I don't know what season it's going to happen, but of course it's the mid-'80s. There is an AIDS episode of Mr. Belvedere, and that's the one. And I think I only remember it because
Ryan White wasn't on it, was he?
No, he was on another show, though.
Yeah, he was. Growing Pains?
You might be right, or Family Ties, or...
Yeah. One of my favorite things about this Belvedere Bros podcast is at the end, you always give the listener Belvedere's outgoing message for
Oh yeah, you have to.
And I think that like sets the stage. You know, like it's a nice ending.
Before we talk about the Scotch eggs, how many Scotch eggs we give this episode?
Did you look up what a Scotch egg looked like? It has like breading on it.
I was just watching. Oh, it was Ted Lasso. They talked about Scotch eggs on Ted Lasso.
So what is a Scotch egg? I mean, it literally looks like breading around it, like is it a hard boiled egg?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I know it's breaded, and then you can either fry it or bake it.
I think he bakes his.
Yeah, it was baked. It was definitely because they didn't have a fryer out in that first episode. But I think there is maybe a meat involved, so we'd have to get it without. It might be like bacon or something's involved. But
are we giving a rating, or are we doing something else?
Well, before we do our ratings,
I already know my rating.
I really enjoyed a YouTube comment battle on this episode that I saw. So Tony Kavanaugh, 1929, said, "Tried to watch it, drifted off. So slow-paced and boring. Guess that was the state of 80s comedy."
Wow.
To which the review guy -IP1WM responded, "If you grew up in those days, you understand it, but you don't." To which Tony responded and said, "What a dumb comment. American comedy in the 80s was crap." To which Stig1280 said, "Unerringly said, by what is no doubt a connoisseur of the intellectual arts. Just remember, sport, 6 comes before 7. I don't know what that means.
What was that first word you said? I don't know if I've ever heard that word.
Unerringly said. So I guess that means like...
unerringly said. Wow.
Unerringly said, by what is no doubt a connoisseur of the intellectual
6
arts.
does come before 7. I think most people know that.
Just remember, sport, 6 comes before 7. I don't know what he meant by that in response, but Tony's the asshole here who's talking shit. To which Tony said, back to him, "LOL, when I saw your comment in my alerts, I thought it must have been about some poncy art show, not some crap, cheesy 80s Yank comedy." So I think this is a British person, because I don't know what Poncy, Poncy, art show is. And also, calling it an 80s Yank comedy makes it seem like this is a British person saying to this. To which I replied to Tony and said, "Come on, man. Take it easy on Mr. Belvedere."
You did that.
Yep. Yeah. I got in the mix.
Hey, you probably didn't realize this when we're talking about this. I tried to Google, but anything that comes up is just 6-7.
Right.
You know that trend, but
we're never going to know.
Okay. I'm glad you stuck out for Belvedere. Someone needs to in these comments.
I encourage everyone.
When are these comments from?
YouTube.
No, like when? Like 10 years ago?
No, like recent years.
So Belvedere is live right now. People care.
Yeah. I encourage everyone listening on the YouTubes of these episodes, go comment. Leave some positive comments.
And I would say to their comments, I feel like some of the other episodes, maybe I was dozing off, I had to rewatch, but not this one.
Yeah, this
was like the most action-packed of the 5.
Yeah, we got...
Like, I'm glad I got to do it. I'm glad I'm doing this episode 5.
We got animal rights, jail, seduction, punk rock hairdos. We got it all. So how many Scotch eggs out of a dozen are you giving this one?
So, obviously at the end, I wasn't happy with how it ended with Kevin, so... If he would have smashed, it would have been 12 out of 12. But I'm giving it 11 out of 12.
Wow.
I feel like it was a roller coaster ride of emotions and very interesting. I'd say also the 11 because it was boring, George at the...
Yeah.
I didn't care about that plot line, so I gave it an 11. But I thought overall, for watching the other 4, this was the best. This is the best one I've seen.
Yeah. I'm going to also agree, I think. I'm going to give this one 10 Scotch eggs. So this will be...
I did 11.
Yeah, this will be 10 and a half. This will be our highest rated episode yet. And I will say I'm still waiting for a B plot that's actually good and not just like, why is George doing this call-in show? This is completely unnecessary to the plot.
But we're podcasting, maybe it's ahead of the time. Like, talk radio, is it, I guess it's always been popular.
Yeah. I mean, it just wasn't necessary because why? So on the radio, George could find out that Kevin's in jail, I guess.
But you notice too whenever it got like interesting, like they showed people like perking up listening to the radio show. Like the only thing that can make it interesting is his family. So, maybe he takes that and introduces more, because do you remember Wesley wanted to go and he couldn't go, but then Wesley stayed there and tried to watch. So Wesley was dedicated to him when George wasn't. So maybe he introduces his family in later episodes and he realizes that people look at him as more because it's a family show and they care more about sports because his family's involved.
Man, we have opened so many doors of possibilities for what's to come. Is George going to get his personal life involved on his radio show? Is Sinbad the Seal going to be involved?
Is this girl going to come back?
Right. Yeah.
When he gets ungrounded, does she come back? I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Characters come back.
And wow, can you imagine too? Now he's negged her. Like now he's...
And then maybe a later episode, he goes on a date with her, and then he drives her home, and her dad comes out, and it's the guy from the store.
God, we should be writing Mr. Belvedere. Why? Let us write Mr. Belvedere. All right. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we'll bring...
we'll do the prequel.
The prequel will be amazing. Also, just the revamp. I think it would be amazing to do a revamp where we watch the old episodes and just punch them up. Spice them up, make them take the original plot lines, just make them way better.
Also, if we did it today in 2026, Belvedere, who would play him?
Oh, that's such a good
The first
question.
person that came to my head, and it's a pretty easy. You probably could even guess who I'm thinking about.
I have one in mind.
He's
not British.
Mine's British.
Oh, you have a British guy in mind.
The only British guy I think that, I would consider for this role. And I think you're a fan. I think you're
lay it on me,
Mr. Bean.
Ah, no, not Mr. Bean. That's not who
I know he's like a skinny, mini little guy, but I think he could do it.
Yeah, but I also think he's.
What do you want, like Jason Sudeikis?
He's probably way too old. Sudeikis would be good. No, I was thinking Galifianakis.
Ooh,
Zach Galifianakis would be a pretty good Mr. Belvedere.
I think a dark horse would be Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul?
Yeah.
Jeez, you're...
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. I mean...
You don't think he could do it? You don't think he has that range?
He might have range, but I don't see him as a Belvedere type. I mean, I would see... I would see the other... what's his name?
Cranston
before I'd see Aaron Paul.
Can we put a poll out of who, like, if people can give who they'd want to see Belvedere recasted as?
Man, that's amazing. I wonder who would be George in a revamp. I don't know. Sudeikis would be a good George, I think.
Yeah.
But, let us know. Let us know what you think for the revamp.
Yeah, post in the comments just who you want to see when we revamp this show. Who would play Belvedere?
This has been Belvedere Bros. Belvedere Bros is hosted by Chris Fafalius of Belvedere Bros and Johnny Atsconish, also of Belvedere Bros. Underneath me, you're hearing the end credits instrumental version of According to Our New Arrival, the Mr. Belvedere theme song written by Gary Portnoy and Judy Hart Angelo. If you love Belvedere Bros, please send your favorite episode to a friend. The more the word about Belvedere Bros gets out there, the better chance that Johnny and I have of getting hired as showrunners on the new Mr. Belvedere prequel, and the better chance we have at Rowan Atkinson, Zach Galifianakis, and Jason Sudeikis being interested in the project. Tune in next week for more Belvedere Bros, which is a way better podcast idea than just talking about one-hit wonders.
Have you ever wondered why songs on the radio are popular? Why do certain movies get made, even though the premise seems completely random? Why are concert tickets costing you $3,000, but nobody makes any money touring? Well, on my podcast, Breaking Down the Biz, we answer all those questions and more. I'm Seth Schackner. I have over 2 decades of experience in the entertainment and the music industry, and every week I talk to insiders that lend insight and expertise on the media you know and love, past, present, and future. Subscribe now on your favorite podcasting platform or watch us on YouTube so you never miss a beat. Let's make sense of this industry together.